Like he did it in an American
English accent anymore.
Yeah.
I did a commercial the other day as Tom Holland, and I was like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And they're like, "You're from Kingston, by the way."
My dad's a Vietnam vet. You know, some of them are cool. Some of them don't want to talk about Vietnam. My dad does. Some vets are like, I don't want to talk about it. And my dad's like, what do you want to know? Here's what I wanted to know when I was a kid. It's terrible to ask a stranger this, but it was my own father. You know, I'd seen a lot of movies, so I'm like, you're in the war. Did you kill anybody? The first time I asked him that, he goes, no, I didn't. I go, all right, okay. A few years later, I asked him again, did you ever kill anybody? He goes, it wasn't like that. I was a lieutenant. I was in charge of people. It just didn't work like that. I said, okay. And then a few years later, I asked him again. I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, I threw grenades into bunkers. I go, were there people in there? He goes, there were, yeah. Just little pieces by the time I got in there. And then last year, I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy.
You're a hairy guy. I don't know how else to say it. You took off your shirt, and there's just, you know... What do you mean?
If you look at that chart, like going from ape to man,
yeah,
I'm about 4 down from man. I'm the hunched over.
You're the guy with stone tools. Yeah, stone tools. Yeah.
I'm this. When you can see your body hair in your own shadow when you're not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, there's a couple that were on a honeymoon, and the plane hadn't yet taken off, and the woman who had just gotten married just became violently and horribly ill on the plane. I mean, it was not like a pretty little, like, sick bag kind of thing. It was just like, I'm going to paint with my organs. Like, it was just crazy. And people were freaking out all over the plane, so they brought a stretcher down, and they put her on the stretcher, and they're wheeling her away, and, like, her new husband is just kind of cruising along with the thing, and he sees me, and he's like, Deadpool! No way! High five! And I'm like, what has she got? Like, what's happening? I don't want to, he's like, let's touch eyeballs. Like, no, like, and by the way, your wife is like half dead. Help her.
Now, as you can tell, I speak beautiful, perfect Spanish, and it is to no credit of my own. My mother is Peruvian, and her English wasn't good. So she spoke to us in Spanish, and that's how I picked up on Spanish. And I get so many different reactions when people find out I speak Spanish. I either get completely incredulous people who are like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe what's coming out of your mouth right now. I think I'm gonna piss my pants. And I'm like, I don't speak Aramaic, I speak Spanish. Why is this? Or I get people who are like, oh, you speak Spanish? Yeah, I speak Spanish too. And I'm like, no, you don't. And they're like, no, I took 4 years in high school. And I'm like, yeah, I played football for 4 years in high school, and the Broncos aren't giving me a look this week, so no, you don't.
You do the dressing up as Jack Sparrow. You seem to like that.
I just run around the house like that.
But didn't you go to Disneyland? I mean, that must have caused a sensation.
I thought, how great would it be to be able to have the opportunity to stand there as some sort of animatronic until the people come by, and then you start screaming and, you know, scare them into a mischief. You know what I mean? So, you know, all these years later, I got the chance to do it, so I was very excited. You know, these boats were going to come around the corner, they just sort of looked at me as they were coming around, and I'm frozen, and I went, "Oi! What are you looking at?" And then, nothing.
I've been to jail before, twice, not as a prisoner. One time was from childhood. I was suspended from school 23 times during February. I wasn't bad, though. I was just mischievous. I got hold of all my teachers' home phone numbers. At the time, I thought it was funny. I was calling in death threats. I know that's bad, man. You know, my English teacher, Mr. Johnson, I called him up. He was all nice on the phone.
Hello? Johnson residence. Is this Mr. Johnson? Yes, it is. And who might this be? You're a dead man, Johnson. Who is this? Shut up, punk! You're gonna die. Unless you change David Chappelle's grades.
So I'm 17 years old. We do the gigs with Iggy. It's the second night. I know he's splitting. I'll never see him again. I want to meet him, but I don't want to go, I'm really a big fan of your music. And I don't know, it's just, you know, I needed something different. So I got, incoherently drunk. Pints of, like, vodka, just to work up the nerve to say something idiotic, which you shouldn't have to do. So, yeah, he was walking around with a beagle. I don't know why. After the show, you know, lights are on. He doesn't know why either. So I thought, I'll get him. And I just started screaming, Iggy Flop! Piggy Slop! He walked over to me, and he got, like, that close, and he just says, you little turd.
I like a lot of soap when I wash my hands. I like a good soap dispenser. I like the, the pump. I hate it when they take that away from us, and then they replace it with that little spout that goes next to the faucet. You stick your hand under it, and it gives you that little booger of soap. You know you need more, so you pull it out, and then you go back in, but the sensor's like, no, it's still you. Once you get enough soap on your hands, now you gotta try to wash it off. But you can't wash it off then and there because the timer for the water has timed out. Now it's a race to get that soap off your hands. Once you get the soap off your hands, now you gotta try to dry your hands. Some take the paper towels and they put them in a box on the wall with another sensor. And there you are. 3 inches of paper. You can't do anything with 3 inches. Ask any woman, they'll tell you.
I was at home and my son busted and he said, Dad, I need $250. He's only 12 years old, so I freaked out. What's going on? Somebody trying to kill you? He said, no. Kevin Hart's coming to town and I wanted to see his show. I said, well, how much are the tickets? He said, they're $125. I said, God damn, mine are only $80. I said, well, why do you need $250 then? He goes, because I want to go with you, Dad, please. And there it is. So I took him to the show. Kevin takes the stage. Crowd goes fucking nuts. Thousands of people. I was furious. The longer the show went on, the madder I got. Because his show was fucking outstanding. It was maddening. These people were fucking holding their stomachs. My son was slapping his knee. Nigga, I do this too.
I'm going to talk about racism now, and this is a straight white man talking, so pay attention. Well, Black Lives Matter happened, and it raised a lot of very important questions for a lot of people. Questions like, am I racist? Well, if you're wondering, am I racist? Here's what you do. Ask a close black friend, am I racist? And if you don't have a close black friend... Here's a good rule of thumb. If you're a white person and you're going to say anything about race, it shouldn't involve your neck muscles. If you feel the urge before you speak to look around conspiratorially... Shut the fuck up. Black Lives Matter happened, clearly a good thing, and then people that didn't really understand it came along and went, all lives matter. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's like someone saying, save the whale, and someone going, save all animals. Yes, but we don't really have a problem with people harpooning pigeons, you daft cunt.